This is Keanu Alice's Critical Reflection. My student number is 21135, but you already knew that. Right, so what was the project given to you? It was Creepy Cabaret. Basically, a cabaret is a bunch of different acts that mix all into one theme. What were your initial thoughts about the show? Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a pile of wank. I weren't really excited for it. How are you going to approach the performance? I'm going to give it everything I can, to be honest. It's what I do with everything. What initial research will I need to do to fulfill the brief? I'm going to have to research like creepy stuff like movements, practitioners and all that, especially like Brecht and Pina Bausch, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm going to research some like characteristics of creepy characters. What existing practitioners, such companies do work like this? Bob Fosse, Pina Bausch, no, not Bausch, Pina Bausch, Jacques Lecoq, and all that. What areas of research did I explore and why? I explored Broadway, most because they know how to like do it on the stage instead of on a film. So I explored more Broadway research than I did with every other research. How effective have my research source been and why? They've been very good actually. I gained quite a lot of characteristics from watching all the Broadway stuff. I really got into my character. Which area of research did I find the most beneficial? I'd have to say it was the original video. It's not Broadway, but the original video gave me the idea of what to do. It made me know that he was a smug character. So I knew how to act. I knew how to act with the doll. I knew what to do when everyone's around me. Was there any additional research I need to do to expand my role? Not really. It was mostly just about getting the voices right, getting the little bits of dance right, and I could do all those research, getting the acting right, getting the way I act right, and all that. What contributions did you make to the devising process? Were they relevant? I didn't really make any contributions to the devising process, I'm not going to lie. I just got told what to do and how to do it. The only thing I added was the research that I learned. Were they relevant? Again, I didn't really add anything. What progress was made in your role during the devising process? Quite a lot of progress actually. I went from barely knowing the song to fully knowing the song, which made a great help, and the very last part I got quite used to doing voices like that, so it sounded better on the show night. Did your role change throughout the development process? What influenced these changes? Yeah, my role changed. At first I was just acting like myself and hopefully trying to get away with it, but through the devising and a lot of yelling, I decided to make the character my own and change the way I act and talk and all that. And yes, the influence that changed it was my friends yelling at me, my tutors yelling at me, and the fact that it wasn't good enough. Do you think you made sufficient progress within your role during the development stages? Explain your reasons. I do think I made progress, because midway through We Both Reached for the Gun, I decided I wanted to sing my own song as well, which is Brains, and then I decided that I wanted to... You're throwing me off track now. Yeah, I made progress within my role during the development because I decided to hit at it more, try new areas and what I needed to do, like doing little dances during my acting. How did your tutors and peers influence your ideas and contributions? They were a big help in We Both Reached for the Gun and Both Brains, because in Both Reached for the Gun, they devised it all, they planned it all. They were the reason it ended so well. In Brains, they told me like the characteristics I'd need for a brain-eating alien. So I gained the characteristics and made it my own on the very last night. Was the final tech and dress rehearsal successful? Not really, no. And it's because everyone was messing about and not taking it seriously. I was doing it as well, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, but I knew when to stop and when there were limits on what to do. Did the overall performance go to plan? Yes, it did. We absolutely smashed it. Did your contributions within the performance go to plan? Yes, they did. I absolutely smashed it. No, yeah, it did go well. Tried my best. Lost my voice for a couple minutes after the show, but Oh well, that's what you do for performance. Were there any technical or production-based problems? If so, how did you overcome them? My mic weren't on, I just sang louder. So yeah, my mic went on, I just sang louder. It happens like that, doesn't it? Were you able to communicate the message of the piece to the audience? I was. In the first one, I really exaggerated when I said we both reached for the gun, because they both reached for the gun. I just wanted to make it seem like she was a murderer. I did. And then in Brains, I was like clawing at myself, clawing at Adam, picking at people's brains. I really made it seem like I was hungry for brains. Did you meet the aims that you set for yourself? How? Yes, I did. I didn't shit myself. No, right? No. Yeah, I met the aims that I did because what I wanted to do, I wanted to like make the audience smile, laugh, get creeped out, and that's what I did in all like my performances. Did you receive any feedback? How did you respond to it? Every time I performed, I received feedback, but then I took it on board. I improved more and more each time I did it. If you could do the project again, what changes and development would you make? I wouldn't sing twice. I would do a monologue instead of Brains. Even though I enjoyed doing Brains, I wouldn't sing twice. Do you think the project as a whole was successful? Yeah, I'd say it was pretty successful.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pretty successful. Everyone did well on the final night. What did you gain from the experience? An overwhelming sense of failure. No, it did pretty good. Yeah, more confidence than everyone, to be honest. I feel like we can actually all act as a group now.